I went to the Blackwood Residence for one reason: to prove them wrong. The locals, the internet forums, the whispers. I wanted to show that the family in the walls was nothing more than an urban myth, a local superstition designed to scare children. But the truth, as it always is, was far more insidious and far worse than any campfire story. Introduction: the myth we ignore. The Blackwood Residence stood abandoned for decades, a monument to a forgotten family and a haunting legend. It was said that a family, not of flesh and blood but of shadow and malice, resided within its very structure, trapped, or perhaps patiently waiting. As a paranormal investigator, I'd heard it all. Ghosts, poltergeists, demons. This family in the walls sounded like a variation of the same old tune. I scoffed. I packed my gear, a camera, an EMF reader, and a healthy dose of skepticism. My goal was simple: debunk the myth, expose the natural explanations, and move on. I was confident, overconfident. Entering the silence, the weight of the house, the front door hung ajar, groaning on rusted hinges like a dying breath. Stepping inside, the air was thick and heavy, laden with dust, decay, and an oppressive silence that swallowed sound. It wasn't the silence of an empty house. It was the silence of a house holding its breath. Every floorboard creaked under my weight, each echo amplified. The wallpaper peeled in long, dead strips, resembling flayed skin. The cold was immediate, a damp, bone-deep chill that had nothing to do with the outside temperature. My EMF reader remained stubbornly quiet, which, paradoxically, made me more uneasy. No electronic interference, no spiritual energy signatures, just silence, and the creeping feeling that I wasn't alone. The first whisper, unsettling sounds. I moved from room to room, documenting the decay. The kitchen, still holding the faint scent of something metallic and stale. The living room, with a broken grandfather clock, stopped at midnight. As I stood in a decrepit child's bedroom, a faint sound reached me. A rhythmic, almost gentle scratching. Asterisk tap 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 tash tap dash tap asterisk. It seemed to come from the wall directly beside me. I froze, holding my breath. It ceased. Mice, I muttered, trying to reassure myself. Just mice. But then, a whisper. So soft it was barely there, brushed against my ear. It sounded like a child's voice, distorted, elongated. Asterisk. Mama? Asterisk, my heart hammered. I spun around. Nothing. No vent. No open window. The wall was solid. My skepticism began to fray. The pressure, a gaze from within. As I moved deeper into the house, the atmosphere grew heavier. I found myself drawn to a long, featureless hallway, its walls particularly drab. The scratching sounds returned, louder this time, not just from one wall, but multiple surrounding me. It sounded less like mice and more like fingers, small, desperate fingers. The air in the hallway became frigid, colder than any other part of the house, raising goosebumps on my arms. And then I felt it, a pressure. Not physical, but a mental weight, a profound sense of being watched. Not from a window, not from a doorway, from asterisk within asterisk the walls. I pressed my hand against the plaster. It was unnaturally cold, a clammy, chilling cold. For a moment I could have sworn I felt a faint vibration, as if something was breathing or shifting, just inches beneath my palm. The reveal beyond imagination. The whispers intensified, blending into a cacophony of small, reedy voices. They weren't speaking words I understood, just a jumble of sound that scraped at my sanity. The scratching became frantic, desperate, accompanied by faint thumps, as if something was trying to push through. Then, I saw it. On the wall I had just touched, a hairline crack, no thicker than a thread, began to form. It slowly widened, elongating. Behind it, a shadow. Not a static shadow, but a asterisk moving asterisk one, undulating, and then through a tiny flaking chip in the plaster, I glimpsed something pale, a shape that was too smooth, too curved to be insulation or wood. It looked like flesh, and it moved slowly, deliberately, as if trying to peer out. My blood ran cold. This wasn't mice. This wasn't a draft. This was asterisk them asterisk. The chase trapped in their domain panic seized me. The walls were alive. The entire house was a cage, and I was inside with its true inhabitants. The scratching became a furious scraping, like 100 tiny claws. The whispers turned into a collective guttural moan, a sound of hunger and ancient pain. I could hear them all around me, not just behind one wall but everywhere. The thumping grew heavier, as if multiple bodies were pressing against the plaster, testing its limits. I bolted, ran for the front door, the oppressive air seeming to thicken, to slow me down. The house groaned, the floorboards screaming beneath my feet as if trying to hold me back. I could feel their presence, an icy breath on my neck, the frantic thumping against the very walls of the hallway I was running through. I imagined pale, stretched faces pressing against the plaster, their eyes following my every move. The escape, never truly free. I burst through the front door, gasping for air, stumbling onto the overgrown lawn. I didn't stop running until the Blackwood Residence was a distant, dark silhouette against the twilight sky. I didn't look back. I didn't dare. Weeks later, the house still stands, a silent sentinel. I never returned. I never will. The rational mind tries to find explanations. Old house settling, rats, imagination. But I know what I felt, what I heard, what I asterisk saw asterisk. The true horror isn't just that they are in the walls. It's that they are part of the walls. They asterisk or asterisk the house. And they are still there. Aftermath. They are still there. Weeks later, the house still stands, a silent sentinel. I never returned. I never will. The rational mind tries to find explanations. Old house settling, rats, imagination. But I know what I felt, what I heard, what I asterisk saw asterisk. The true horror isn't just that they are in the walls. It's that they are part of the walls. They asterisk or asterisk the house. And they are still there. Because some structures don't just enclose space. They enclose secrets. They enclose lives. And once those lives become part of the very fabric of a place, they don't leave. They simply wait, watching from within. And they never forget those who listen too closely.